Hi friends, good morning. Today's topic in Geography Unit 3, Lesson Atmosphere. In the previous chapter, we have learnt about the lithosphere part 1, lithosphere part 2, that is exogenetic and endogenetic process. Today's topic is atmosphere. What is atmosphere? It is nothing but a blanket of air that surrounds the earth. Or we can say it is a thin layer of the gases that surrounds the earth. What are the learning objectives? What we are going to be discussed here in this chapter? We are going to discuss about the composition of the atmosphere, structure of the atmosphere, then differentiate between the weather and climate, to know the factors influencing the weather and climate, to recognize the classification of clouds, wind, and rainfall. First, we'll go to the introduction. Earth is a unique planet where life is found. Can you imagine life on the earth without air? No. So, the air is essential for the survival of all forms of life. The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. So, what is atmosphere? The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. It is held, where it is held, very close to the earth by the gravitational attraction. Now, composition of the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a mixture of gases, water vapor and dust particles in different proportions. Nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21%. They are the permanent gases of the atmosphere. They constitute 99% of the total composition and their percentages always remain the same without any change. Who's the nitrogen and oxygen gas? The remaining 1% is occupied by argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, ozone and hydrogen. Krypton, xenon and methane are also present in this trace. So, water vapor is also found in the atmosphere, which plays an important role in the predicting weather phenomena. The other solid particles which present in the atmosphere includes the dust particles, salt particles, pollen grains, smoke, soot, volcanic ashes, etc. Look at the fact. In 1772, C.E. Daniel Rutherford, who discovered the nitrogen in atmosphere. In 1774, Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen in the atmosphere. Oxygen, you know very well, it is the most important for the living organism. Carbon dioxide, which absorbs the heat and keeps the atmosphere warm by insulation and radiation. Nitrogen, which acts as a diluent and is chemically inactive. Ozone, which helps in protecting the earth from harmful ultraviolet radiation. What is ozone? It is a highly reactive gas compound of 3 oxygen atoms. That is ozone. Mixture of 3 gases. So, the solid particles in the atmosphere act as a nuclei on which water vapor condenses to form precipitation, to be formed as a rain. Structure of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is thick near the earth's surface and thins out until it eventually merges with the space. The 5 atmospheric layers are, what are the other layers of the atmosphere? Troposphere, it's the first layer, then stratosphere, second layer, mesosphere, it's the center part, thermosphere and exosphere. The first layer, troposphere, it is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. In the troposphere, the Greek word tropos means turn or changes. The layer extends up to 8 kilometers at the poles and up to 18 kilometers at the equator. So, you can see the diagram in another YouTube link. The temperature decreases with increasing height. The temperature will decrease with the increasing height. When the altitude is higher moment, automatically your temperature will be decreased. So almost all weather phenomena takes place in this layer. Hence it is called weather making layer. In this layer, so weather phenomena take place. So due to that it is called as a weather making layer. The upper limit of the troposphere is called as tropopause. The troposphere layer in the upper limit, it is called as a tropopause. Now the second layer, stratosphere, where it lies, it above the troposphere. It lies above the troposphere. So what is the meaning of stratosphere? It's a adukku mandalam. Okay, in Tamil we call. It extends to a height of about 50 kilometer. Troposphere means 8 to 18 kilometers we have learned. Here about the stratosphere, it is a height of about around 50 kilometer above Earth's surface. Since this layer is a concentration of ozone molecules, it is also referred as ozonosphere. Stratosphere, it's otherwise referred as a ozonosphere. The temperature which increases with increase in height in this layer. The temperature increase with the increase in height in this layer. There in troposphere we have learned the temperature will decrease with the increasing height. But here in stratosphere, the temperature increase with the increase in height in this layer. So large jet planes normally fly here. The upper limit of the stratosphere is called as stratopause. Now mesosphere, the next layer. Where it extends between 50 kilometer and 80 kilometer. It's a Madhya Mandalam, center. The temperature decreases with the increasing height. Radio waves transmitted from Earth, which are reflected back to Earth from this layer. Most of the meteors nearing the Earth get burned here. So the uppermost limit of the mesosphere is a mesopause. Now thermosphere is the next layer of the atmosphere. Thermosphere, where it exists above the mesosphere. It extends to about 600 kilometer. The composition of gases in the lower thermosphere is more or less uniform, that is common. Hence it is called as a homosphere. What is that? The composition of gases in the lower thermosphere is more or less even. Hence it is called as a homosphere. The upper portion of the thermosphere has uneven composition of gases. Hence it is referred to as heterosphere. Here the temperature increases with the increasing height. Okay, like a stratosphere. Thermosphere is also the temperature increase with increasing height. So ionosphere is a layer of the thermosphere that contains ions and free electrons. The next is the exosphere, the final layer. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is called exosphere. This layer is extremely rarefied, exclusively with gases and gradually merges with the outer space. This zone is characterized by aurora australis and aurora borealis. What is auroras? Auroras are the cosmic glowing lights produced by a stream of electrons discharged from the sun's surface due to magnetic storms that are seen as unique multicolored fireworks hanging in the polar sky during midnight. Now we are going to discuss about weather and climate. Weather. What is weather and what is climate? Weather denotes the way the atmosphere behaves every day. But climate, which reveals the average of weather conditions over relatively long periods of time. Now we'll see in deep about what is weather and climate in the distinguish. The difference between the two may be clearly understood with the next following table. Okay, now look at this. Weather and climate are the terms that are related to the atmospheric conditions. Look at the factors. There are many factors that influence weather and climate. What are the factors? Distance from the equator, altitude, that is height, nearness to the sea, nature of the prevailing winds, mountain barrier, cloud cover, ocean currents, and natural vegetation. So these are the many factors which influence the weather and climate. Distance from the equator. Now we are going to see all these factors in detail. Distance from the equator, point number 1. The sun's rays fall vertically on the equator. The rays are inclined on the regions away from the equator and near the poles due to the spherical shape of the earth. The vertical rays heat up the earth more than the inclined rays. Thus, the places near the equator are warmer than the places which far away from the equator. Now, look at this, the difference between the weather and climate. How used to call. Now, we'll partly go on with the weather side. Weather. It is a study of atmospheric conditions for short duration over small areas. So, you are considerably called as a partly sunny. In the climate, climate is the study of the average weather condition observed over a long period of time for a large area. How they used to call it's a warm climate. How you have reserved here partly sunny. Now look at this weather part. The weather changes very often, hour to hour and day to day. But climate, it is more or less permanent and remains the same always. Now point number 3, a place can experience different types of weather conditions in a day. Example, a day with a hot morning can have a rainy noon. So here in the climate, a place can experience almost the same type of climate. Here weather data is collected every day in the observatories. But climate, it is the average of the weather data. Weather, study of weather is called as a meteorology. And climate, study of climate is called climatology. So these are the difference you are identifying in a weather and climate. Now look at this. The examples are given here for the city to know the latitudinal distance and the temperature during the month of August. Now see here the first pointer in the second point in the factors, altitude. Altitude, it's one of the fourth brief answer for you. Altitude refers to the height above the mean sea level. The temperature decreases at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer of height. This is called normal lapse rate. When the altitude height increase above the mean sea level, the temperature automatically will decrease. It's known as a normal lapse rate. So places at the higher altitude have a lower temperature. Another example, cities, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Here they are asking about the height. It is 101 meter height above the mean sea level. Temperature is around in the May is 28.8 degrees Celsius. Udagamandalam, Ooty. It is around the height above the mean sea level and the temperature in May is 36 degrees Celsius. 36 degrees Celsius. And the Himachal Pradesh, Simla. It is a 2 degrees Celsius because of the height. It decreases the temperature. Look at this. Nearness to the sea. Sea breeze and the land breeze. We are going to see the difference between the sea breeze and the land breeze. During the daytime, this is sunny. During the day, the land masses is getting heat more rapidly than the ocean. Heated air which ascends and this causes the low pressure on the adjoining ocean. Therefore, the wind blows from ocean to land in the afternoon session. The wind blows from ocean to land in the afternoon. This is called sea breeze. Sea breeze helps in reducing the temperature of the coastal region, especially during the summer season. During the night, the land cools. During the night, the land cools more rapidly than the ocean. So, cold air sinks and forms a high pressure. Cold air sinks and forms a high pressure. The wind blows from land to sea. From land to sea. During the night, this is called as a land breeze. This is the variation between the sea breeze and land breeze. The climate of a place which varies according to the nearness of the sea. So places near the coast experience equable climate due to the influence of the winds from the sea. Places which located inland far from the sea does not experience the moderating influence of the sea. Such places experience a continental type of climate. The nature. Look at the windward side and a leeward side. It's another important factors. Prevailing winds. The wind changes the climate of a place based on from where they blow. When wind blows from a warm region and it makes the place very warm and cold. When blows from a colder region. The onshore winds cause rainfall, making the place cool, whereas the offshore winds bring dry weather. This is the prevailing winds. Mountain barriers. Mountain is just like a wall, barriers. The location of the mountains influence the climate of a place. The mountain chains act as a natural barrier for the wind. Sometimes they prevent the entry of cold winds into the country or the escape of monsoon winds, thus having a great influence over the climate. The important one of the distinguish the windward side and the leeward side. What is windward side? It is a side of a mountain which faces the prevailing wind. It receives heavy rainfall. The leeward side of the mountain is the side sheltered from the wind. It receives very less rainfall. Let me show the figure for this windward and leeward side. This is a picture for the windward prevailing wind and the dry leeward side rain shadow region. This is the windward is the side of a mountain which faces the prevailing wind. It receives heavy rainfall in this area. Whereas the leeward side of the mountain is the side sheltered from the wind. It receives very less rainfall. Due to this, it is called as a rain shadow area. There is no prevailing wind over here in the dry wind in the leeward side. It's a cloud cover. Cloud cover, it reflects a large amount of radiation from the sun. This prevents the entry of heat to the earth's surface. So, in areas generally of cloudless sky like the deserts, temperature is very high. You know very well, the areas of deserts, the temperature always will be very high. On the other hand, under cloudy sky, the temperature is low. Now, we are talking about the ocean currents. The warm ocean currents raise the temperature of the nearby coastal areas while the cold current lowers the temperature of a place. Natural vegetation. Without this, nothing is there, you know very well. The trees which release the water vapor into the air and makes it cool. Thus, forest areas have a lower range of temperature throughout the year in contrast to the non-forested areas. So, winds. Related to the winds, the types of winds, planetary winds, trade winds, then polar easterlies, about the cyclones, tropical cyclones, temperate cyclones, clouds, and the middle clouds, lower clouds, upper clouds related to the precipitation. Then you are going to face about different types of rainfall like convectional, frontal, that is cyclonic rainfall or orographic rainfall, and about the humidity in a next video link. Thank you, my dears.